Dude, if you guys are going into 2026 and you have issues focusing on actually one thing, or like you usually are the type of person to start something but never finish it, this video is for you. This video is not a fancy, highly edited video. There's really nothing crazy about this video. I'm just going to be dropping raw game and kind of talk to you guys because as somebody who has major ADHD, somebody who has always had issues focusing, I've been able to build a $20 million a year business. I've been able to build a life of my dreams. I've been able to build a life where I can travel the world, do whatever I want. I can make millions a month. I make millions a month. I have a bunch of nice things like shit like this, like fucking, 200K watches. I have Lambos. I have literally it all. And in this video, I'm not gonna fucking sell anything. I'm not gonna pitch anything. I'm not gonna do anything like that. I'm just gonna talk to you guys one-on-one on going into 2026. What do you need to do? What mindset do you need to have in order to actually make success? Because I think the big issue for most people, and I can speak from personal experience, is not being able to focus on one or two things and kind of being in that position to where you start something but you don't finish it and you're always getting distracted, right? And I think if a lot of you guys reflect, the reason why you're not where you want to be is not because you're not smart enough, where you don't know what to do. It's just that you're not able to stick with a certain thing long enough, right? And I think that's the big issue. If I can get at least, let's say only 100 people watch this video, because these videos really don't, reach that many people. If I have 100 people that watch this video and I can get like 5 of them to just stay more consistent and actually follow through this year, I know that, out of those 5, a couple of them will become millionaires, make a lot of money, and really live a great life, right? So if I can just impact one person with this video, that's the goal for me, right? So I'm going to kind of speak in this video as if I'm talking to that one person. And look, bro, I know you know what to do. I know you know that you have to do something big this year. You have to be consistent. You have to be motivated. You have to be disciplined. Look, we all get the David Goggins videos on our phones. We all get those reels like POV, lock in, 3 a.m. is coming. Like we all get those motivational videos, and we all see these grooves online. We see people flexing their cars. Everybody's the same in that aspect to where we're all exposed to the same thing, and I know you are exposed to that as well. I know you have videos on your feed that give you bursts of motivation. I know sometimes you're sitting in bed at 3 in the morning thinking, fuck, like I gotta get after this. Like I'm living like a really boring life, basic life. I know certain times after you go out, when you come back in, you think like, what am I doing? I feel like I'm wasting time. I know sometimes you might be at social gatherings, you might be out with your boys, you might be out with people, you might be at a party, club, whatever it is, and you think, bro, I'm fucking wasting time, I need to lock in. Why am I like all these other people? I know when you look at other people doing well, you think, why them, not me? I know. I've been there. I've been everywhere. I can tell you that that's very common. And if you get those type of thoughts, if you get the type of thought when you're out with certain friends or you're out doing certain things like, I should be locked in, I should be pushing the needle, why am I here? Why am I doing this? You are destined for greatness. You just need to focus. It's never an issue of information. It's always an issue of action. And I think going into 2026, I want you to do yourself a favor and stop listening to everybody. Stop trying to learn everything and just focus on that one thing and stay consistent. If you can do me a favor and think about where you were in the start of 2025 and all the things that happened into 2026, like all the stuff you went through and everything that you did in 2025 to get to 2026, like how much you've changed as a person, all the events that happened, all the small things, all the hard days, like all the places you've been, all the things you've done. Think about everything that you've done in 2025, right? Think about how much time that was. It's a long amount of time. And if you really sit down and think, like, you go on your phone and you look at like where you were, like on your photo library, where you were at the beginning of 2025 and where you're at now, being the end of 2025. If you go through all that and you realize how much time has passed and how many things that you focused on, how many people have you met, how many people have you spoken to, all the stuff that's happened in that year, you'll realize that a year is a long fucking period of time. It's not a short period. I know sometimes when you look back and you've been alive for a certain amount of years, me, myself, I'm 21, right? So I've been alive for 21 years. It seems like stuff kind of moves like quick, like, oh, like just the other day I was in high school, right? But if you really sit down and look back on a year, you think about, okay, what was I doing in 2025? And maybe this is just me, but the person I'm speaking to right now, you will realize that a lot of stuff has happened in 2025. A lot of things have happened, and what I'm trying to get to is, what if you focus, it's a big what if. What if you focused on one thing, 1 to 2 things all year, right? Like you made it your sole mission every day when you got up to get to this one goal, whatever it be. Like, I want an e-commerce store that's making 100K a month. I want to trade and be profitable. I want to do this, I want to do that, whatever it may be. If you had that one goal, it could even be outside of business. I know I'm very business focused. Maybe it's like, I want to be the best boxer possible. I want to be the best swimmer possible. I want to be the best tennis player possible. Whatever your goal is, you know, everybody has their own goals. But if you consolidate, right, because it's the main point here, if you can consolidate to 1 to 2 things, maybe even one, sometimes one is better than anything. If you can consolidate to one thing, imagine how much progress you would have made in that 1 year, right? Because 2025, think about all the shit you've done, and imagine if that was all just for one thing. So the point I'm trying to make here, guys, is you have to realize a year is a long amount of fucking time. It's not some short, time. It's not quick. It's a long time. A lot can change in a year. You know, you can go from broke to millionaire in a year. You can go from amateur to pro in a year. You can blow up in a year. You can do a lot in a year. You can fucking find the love of your life in a year. You can travel the world in a year. You can have a kid in a year. A lot can happen in 1 year. And I want you guys to realize that it's a lot of time. And when you get into 2026, the ability to stay consistent on one thing for a whole year is a skill most people don't possess. It's genuinely a skill. And I know, like I said earlier, I know, bro. I know you get a lot of reels on your phone. I know you get bursts of motivation. I know you watch videos like this here and there, and then you feel motivated, and sometimes you can't stick with it, but sometimes you wish you did, and then sometimes you go back and forth. I know. Trust me, I get it. But it's hard. And I'm here to recognize that with you. I'm not gonna, be like, nah, man, you're cooked because you can't focus. Dude, I have problems focusing too. Everyone does. It's very common, right? Especially in today's day and age where, there's information everywhere. Everyone has some form of ADHD. I get it. It's quite difficult to focus. Now, I'm here to tell you, if you can, and you really try, I know you will, and I know you can, but if you really try and you can do it, you will make an insane amount of progress. Like, more than you'll exceed whatever you can expect, right? And that's why I tell people, never have output goals, always have input goals, whatever that be. Something like you're focusing on, I'm gonna every single day, 3 to 4 hours a day, I'm gonna push the needle, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, rather than like, this is how much money I wanna make. Because I see a lot of people come to me, they're like, hey, I wanna be a millionaire. All right, bro, like, have input goals first. Like, hey, I wanna be able to work 3 to 4 hours a day, every single day, weekends too, no break, and that's how I'm gonna become a millionaire. That's a way more realistic and better way of looking at things. But the main point I'm trying to make here to the person I'm talking to, again, to the one person I'm talking to, you're gonna get burst of motivation this year. You're gonna get the same reels popping up on your phone. The same people are gonna be, showing their Lambos off to you, and you're gonna get flexed on. The same things are gonna happen, right? That stuff is a constant, right? And you're gonna try this year. Everyone I know tries to some extent, right? You're gonna try this year. But I want you to realize that a year is a long amount of time. And the real skill set is not just trying, but it's staying consistent. And if you can stay consistent with one thing this year, you will hit it. It's about fucking time, bro. It's about fucking time you stop watching reels on your phone. It's about fucking time you actually try something consistently. It's not the end of the world if you fail. It's the end of the world if you never really try. And I hate the fact that a lot of people are filled with potential. They're filled with motivation. They're filled with these dreams and these ambitions and the ability to actually go and grab it, but they never stayed consistent, and that's why they lost. The number one death of success is inconsistency and comfort. And at the end of the day, if you really want to go after something big, you have to be uncomfortable and stay inconsistent. That's just how it is. And again, I want to be the person that preaches the truth. And the truth is, you don't have to work extremely fucking hard. You just have to work extremely fucking consistent. The person that works 2 to 3 hours a day for years will trump and lap the person who just worked really hard for a month. And I want you guys to go into 2026 thinking this is a year, a long year. It's going to be a long fucking year. Remember what I said earlier. Think about all the shit that went through 2025. That's going to happen again in 2026. It's going to be a long year. And if I can maintain a steady pace throughout the year, if I can slowly one foot in front of the other, it's my favorite quote, one brick at a time, one foot in front of the other. If I can one foot in front of the other slowly outpace everybody this year, I'm going to be at the top. I'm going to lap everybody. No one's going to come close, right? And like, I really love that mentality that like, this is what gets me out of bed. This is what keeps me motivated. That mentality of like one foot in front of the other. There are people way ahead of me right now. There are people that are sprinting past me, lapping me in every metric. But like, if I'm slowly like steady, like think about like a boxer, and like, you know, if you ever watch like Creed or any of these boxing movies, some of my favorite movies, if you ever watch these movies, and you in these movies, there's always like the scene of like the person jogging or running before the big fight, and it's like very like methodical. It's like one foot in front of the other, like rhythm, one foot, one foot, one foot. Like they're just jogging at a steady but slow pace, and they have like a hoodie on over their head. If you guys know, you know. Like, that's how I envision this year. That's how you guys need to envision this year. That's how you need to envision this year and envision how you're going to attack it this year. You're not going to sprint. You're not going to do fucking 100 push-ups at 3 a.m. just because you got a burst of motivations and you watch a David Goggins video. You're not going to do that bullshit. You're going to put one foot in front of the other. You're going to slowly beat everybody around you. It is a marathon. It is not a sprint. You want to be consistent, not quick, right? You want to be slowly outpacing everybody. Eventually, you will beat everybody. Whatever your craft is, again, this is not an e-commerce video. This is not a dropshipping video. This is a video for you. You, buddy. Yes, you on the other side of the screen that watch these type of videos, that watch gurus online, that get videos of David Goggins and these edits that give you motivations in the middle of the night. That you, who has not been able to stay consistent, who has been outlapped by peers, outlapped by people around you, this video is for you, buddy, because you need to realize you're destined for a marathon and not a sprint. A lot of people wonder, why did I not get lucky? I being you, obviously, right? Why did I not get lucky? Why did I not get that winning product the first time? Or why did I not get born into a rich family? Or why did I not, go pro in high school? Whatever it fucking may be. Why did I not get lucky? It's because, bro, you're destined for more. People who get lucky fail. They never make it out. The Rock, one of my favorite actors, The Rock, was trying to go to the NFL. He failed the NFL and he became one of the world's largest actors. He's a great example of someone who got unlucky, like extremely unlucky, because he could have been great in the NFL, but he ended up becoming a movie star, a way, way bigger than any NFL player I know, right? That's just a prime example of the fact that because you didn't get lucky, and by the way, you are lucky. That's a fucking given. You are lucky. If you're watching this video right now, you are lucky. But just because you didn't get lucky is not a reason of like why you're not going to be successful. It's a reason why you are going to be successful, right? 90% of the people that win the lottery go broke. You're not going to be one of them. You need to fucking push, bro, and you need to slowly, one foot in front of the other, run this marathon of 2026. You need to run it up, man. Like, if it's not going to be now, then when is it going to be, bro? Because I know January is the month where everybody gets motivation, and I'm going to tell you, don't burn yourself out. Pace everyone out. Slowly but consistently, right? Like, I'll give you you guys want some real examples? I'll give you a real example. I told myself this year I'm going to make more content, right? I'm going to make more YouTube videos. I'm going to push more content. It's one of my goals, right? And transparently, I have goals as well, right? And instead of just going on my computer and going on my phone and just making a bunch of content in that moment and spending the next 3-4 hours making content and then I go back to living my normal life, I sat down and I said, let me come up with a plan. So I went and I worked on ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT I want to make more content, but I want to be methodical about it. I want to be consistent, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of really came up with a plan. So I said, okay, every Thursday for 3 hours from 2 to 5, I'm going to block everything out and I'm going to make content. I'm going to put a recurring thing on my Google Calendar where every Thursday I'm going to make content. And then on Mondays, I'm going to put out 2 hours to where I'm reviewing all the content I'm making and I'm also making more content. And then on Sundays, I'm going to schedule out with this videographer in Miami where I'm going to be filming sit-down videos. And then I'm going to tell my team that every 2 weeks we need to do a call to go over our monthly lifestyle videos. So I'm putting shit into action. I'm making a plan. And I'm trying to attack the plan. And the good thing about it is if it doesn't work out, I can always change the plan and get better. That's better than that 3 a.m. burst of motivation of me just making a bunch of videos and going back to bed. And you guys need to have the same fucking mentality. Especially you, bro. You. I'm speaking to you. You need to have that same mentality of like, I'm going to get after it this year. I'm not going to just sit on the sidelines and I'm not going to just start and not finish. I'm going to create a plan and I'm going to stick to it, bro. I am going to stick to it. The only difference between a dream and actually achieving your thing is a plan, right? It's just a plan. You need a plan. You need to stay organized about it. And that's what it comes down to this year. Marathon, not a sprint. 1 foot in front of the other. Brick by brick. Bro, I wake up every morning bricked up because all I can think about is brick by brick, 1 foot in front of the other. That's what's going to get you guys to your goal. It's not going to be, a specific thing, like one little thing that gets you there. It's not going to be that burst of motivation. You open up this business and it just hits. It generally comes back to you putting 1 foot in front of the other for the whole year. If you can build around a system, stay consistent with it, you will win. And that's it, guys. That really is it. It's not the reels you watch in the middle of the night that give you the motivation that get you to where you want to be. It's not that one YouTube video that's going to make you super rich and you watch it and you apply it and like now you're rich. It's not going to be that one game you play and now you're up. It comes back to consistency and actually running the marathon. So to wrap this up, guys, 2026, I'm talking to you, bro. This year, you're going to get the reels on your phone. You're going to get the burst of motivation. You're going to get those late night thoughts. You're going to be out with your friends. You're going to be thinking, why am I like being an NPC? Why am I being a pleb right now? I can go ahead and actually make something for myself. I can be one of the greats. I can fucking be great. I can be great. You're going to get those thoughts. Every year you do. Nothing's going to change there. You're the same person. At the end of the day, it's just another fucking day on the calendar, right? You're the same person. But you could do yourself the favor and really reflect and think, okay, 2025 was a long year. A lot of time has happened. I'm going to run a marathon this year. I'm going to slowly outpace everybody. And next thing you know, 1 foot in front of the other, you're passing up on everybody that doubted you, everybody that didn't believe you, everybody that was past you. You're slowly running past them. And hopefully, just hopefully, you end up to where you want to be. All right. Thank you, guys.